A heartbreaking update on a Roanoke girl fighting a rare aggressive form of leukemia.
After months of treatment and signs of recovery for 4-year-old Rowan Price, doctors found last week that her cancer has returned.
10 News reporter Jessica Jewell joins us now in the studio. So Jessica, you have been following Rowan's journey from the very beginning. She's almost become like a member of the WSLS 10 family. This is just heartbreaking.
Yeah, she really has become a part of our family here. So this is heartbreaking news for all of us. Imagine being a special education teacher married to a nurse and finding out your little girl has cancer, then uprooting your life, leaving your job to get her treatment, thinking you're nearing the light at the end of the tunnel, and it disappears. That's the nightmare the Price family is living out right now, and now the community is stepping up in big ways to help.
Terry, put one of the candies.
Since October, we've been sharing the Price family's story as 4-year-old Rowan fights for her life.
It's probably the hardest thing you've ever faced as parents.
There aren't any other options. We will get through this. It's going to be a long road, but we'll do it.
After a strenuous journey of chemotherapy, a stem cell transplant, relocating to Durham, and signs of hope, Rowan's mother Mandy announced this weekend her cancer has returned. A heartbreaking turn.
We were just devastated.
Lighting a fire in the Rowan Strong community, now stepping up more than ever to help. Maria Smith is just one of those, sending every single cent made at Miami Ice Thursday straight to the Price family.
That's something we can do because there's nothing we can do but pray and send love.
Many of those holding fundraisers, donating clothes or money are strangers, but not Smith.
Rowan is just the happiest child. She's just a light.
She's known Rowan her entire life.
Her aunt emailed us about a month ago and said that Rowan was so excited to get back to Roanoke because she wanted to have a party at Miami Ice. So our idea now is that we're going to have a party tomorrow for Rowan.
A day's worth of profit, the least she can do to help a family through its worst nightmare.
I don't know how she does it. She's my hero. So I just love her. So it's really hard though. It's hard to see her going through it. And I don't know how you go through that as a mom, watching your baby go through that. So, but we're just grateful to be able to help her any way we can right now.
Since this weekend's devastating turn, people have flooded the Rowan Strong Facebook group, posting about things like fundraisers or donating a percentage of their business to the Price family. Her mom tells us they really just need gift cards right now so they can get meals while they're spending all their time in the hospital. You can find more ways to help on our website, WSLS.com. In studio, I'm Jessica Jewell, 10 News, working for you.